Hi there, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is a DIY French curly braid tutorial, and I had honestly so many challenges when it comes to doing this hair. So I initially started off with braiding one line at the back. This was the night before, and I had such a difficult time just trying to learn how to work with this hair. The hair is very silky, and the hair is such a struggle to work with. So I used Meisha Hair. Meisha Hair comes with 6 little bundles. I think they all normally come like this. In South Africa, it costs 110 rands. That equates to about $6 US. And I can tell you that it's definitely worth it. I really love how this hair turned out. The hair is super silky and it kept slipping through my hands. I also didn't know how much hair to part, but I was parting roughly about this much hair. As you can see, I didn't part a lot of hair, but my braids could have been a bit thinner, so part as little hair as possible. I think it also becomes easier to work with it and your braids will look fuller. So before I start braiding my hair, I like to make a midway part. I actually like to start with the front because that helps me to define my braids and have a nice canvas and a nice strategy for braiding my hair. So I'm just spraying water in my hair. I actually really prefer to work with my hair in its natural state. I don't like to use a blow dryer, a straightener. I just work with it in its natural state, and then I just make sure I spray water and that it's moist. I've always done this and I've never had any problems. So after my line has been defined, I define it further using the Isoplus Edge Control Gel. This just really helps to sleek down that line, make sure it's as neat as possible, make sure the hair is properly parted and that there are no hairs that are not like properly sleeked down and moved to a side. And then I just was really focusing on that, making sure it's perfect as I can possibly get it, because it is honestly quite a challenge. It's really not that easy to do your own hair. It's no child's play. So I'm just frowning and making sure it looks good. Then when I'm happy, I finally make sure that I tie the other hair to the side so that when I start braiding, none of the hairs come in my way and affect me. And then I'm just trying to define the first line, and then I make sure to tie down the other side so that it doesn't interfere as I start to braid my hair. So once that's done, I eventually parted the first braid at the front rather, and I use the Isoplus Edge Control Gel. I always use that one. I've never really used any other one, to make sure that my braid is sleeked down before I start braiding. And you can see that the gel, I think I've showed you how the gel looks like. It's very hard, very thick, and it just sleeks down, any afro. And I always use the knotless box braid method. I always feel like it makes hair to be very neat. I think I honestly struggled with this hair piece when it comes to using the knotless box braid method, but this one, I have explained this method a few times on my channel. I start with my own hair. I grab 3 strands of my own hair. I braid twice. Then when I feed in the first one, I put it in between my thumb and my index finger. So once that's in and incorporated, I'm now left with one piece of afro hair that doesn't have a strand of hair. And then I may also just feed in the second parting of hair in between the thumb and the index finger. And there you can see that it just it's really not complicated. I do this 3 times, and after doing this 3 times, it means that I'm going to have 3 strands of my original hair, my own afro, and attached to it it's going to have 2 pieces of the feed in hair each, because remember, one piece is essentially 2 pieces. I hope that makes sense. And then I just continue braiding, and as I was braiding, I honestly struggled. This hairstyle took me 4 days to do, by the way. I struggled with the hair getting knotted. I struggled with the hair slipping out of my fingers, and it was such a yeah, no, it was honestly not fun, and I wouldn't do this again. I think if I do this again, I'll maybe have to be very, very bored or have lots of free time and lots of patience, because the hair is super silky and kept slipping out. But I'm so proud of myself for, you know, sticking with it. And also, I think you would have seen that when I braid the hair, I make sure to add more gel to the tips of my natural hair to ensure that it doesn't stick outside of the braid. I don't always get it right with all the braids, but I do try to make sure that as I braid, I sleek down the ends of the afro hair with gel so that they don't pop out. So here's the second problem I was having with this hairstyle. This was the biggest problem, and you'll see in the title of this video, I'm gonna add how to actually knot this hair, because my knots kept coming out until I really did more research. Now, so that you have to really pull a super thin piece of hair and knot twice. So some people knot twice. I tried knotting twice. I tried knotting twice in different directions. The hair kept on, and the knots kept on coming out because this hair is super, super silky. So I eventually decided, let me try the old-fashioned way. So you'll see towards the end of the video, I burnt the knot. So I'll show you how I did that to secure the knots. But I was honestly so happy with how this turned out. The curls are just like demure, cutesy. They are giving. I really, really love how the hair came out. So I'm really not, I don't think it was a waste of my time. I feel proud that I managed to pull through and keep on pushing. So you can see here that now that the hair is done, in the front I was knotting them twice, so I'm just undoing that knot because it was already coming undone. So it's really irritating that some of the hairs wanted to come undone. But as you can see, I really fought the good fight with this one, and I managed to find a way around it. So burning the knot was super, super helpful. I'm just gonna illustrate that shortly. So I'm just braiding down again because the braid became loose. Just tightening and braiding it again. You can see it took me 4 days to do this hair, because this is like 5 days later and I already have nails, because you know what, key December. And so I'm just gonna make a knot at the end, and then yeah, so I've done my knot. Sorry, I forgot to put that in. And I have a fire lighter, so you have to be quick and fast and not apply too much heat. If you apply too much heat, you will burn the whole tip off, and that won't be fun, because you will literally have to undo the whole braid and start again. And there you can see that I'm just testing. So after burning, so the burning sort of slightly melts the hair, but if you apply too much heat, the hair will just snap off, like it won't really melt. So you have to be very gentle, have lots of patience. So yeah, I'm just tying my hair and getting ready to go to a YouTube event. I did try and vlog that, so maybe you'll see that in another video depending on when you watch this video. Maybe that video will be up. Just look out for it in my channel. If you have watched this far already and you'd found this video helpful, do bear in mind that you can actually give me a super thanks, which starts from as little as 14 rand, or I believe from as little as $1. You can super thanks from anywhere in the world, and make a small thank you donation. It really helps to support us to bring you great content, improve our content, our quality, etc, etc. I absolutely love you for watching. This was DIY French curly braids. Stay blessed. Mwah, mwah.